So you know what it's like. This is what it's like. I'm not going to pretend. No more pretending, okay? I'm going to tell you a story right now. Now, if you don't understand the story, it's like the arc in the sky. The colorful arc in the sky, in French, they would say arc or car, en, which means in, sky, which means ciel. Ciel, the word says, go see her. Go see her. Do you know what I can see this whole earth about? You want me to show you what I see this earth about? I see earth as, let me find something over here. I don't really have anything big. I can see this caveman holding his club right over here. Or a guy, a hobo, on the side of the street, holding his club over here with his bag over it. Because all he needs is a little bit of torsion before the mind starts to click. Arc-en-ciel, cadeau, en ciel. How about the Carolinas? They got the Carolinas. There's got to be something happening in Carolina. I just met a girl. Her name is Caroline. Something's happening. I know. I know the oceans must be moving somehow. But what I really wanted to show you is about the beginning of September, because it's time to meet Peter. M-E-E-T, Peter. St. Peter's Square. Set, which can be time and match or a tennis match. But forget about that. Who cares? Who cares? What am I doing to the word? What am I actually doing? What am I doing? I'm looking into a camera and saying to the camera, you know what I think? And I'm going, yes, Ronnie, what do you think? Tell me now. Tell me something else. Every time you step up and you press play, it's always you. Okay, so that way I won't forget. September, to remember, is November, but September already rhymes with to be met. The scepter, 7, the scepter of 7 in the 9th month. Right away, 7 and 9 connect together. Let's just say everything meets to a crawl. Is this the way we write crawl? C-R-A-L? Or is it C-R-A-W-L? So we have a wall in the crawl. Now we have the war, the raw war. Because C is in the E family and R is in the R family, okay, we can go, excuse me, I'm sorry, what can we do? That's right, we can say, I don't remember the word, but it doesn't matter. We just made this sound like this to a W. Therefore, the A becomes an aw in sound. You can make an aw sound. That means A makes aw and becomes a member of the W family. And the soft sound of A is the W. So now you know the U family belongs to the A family because it's inside the W family, causing the raw. 9, 1, 5. 1, 5, 9, part of the Aleph. It's a branch that you cannot break. It's a branch that lasts forever. Inside the R, you have the L on one end, the C on the other end, the 3rd letter and the 12th letter, 313. 313 is your gematria. So I'd have to look this over again, and in gematria, I'd come up with the numbers inside the piano. In fact, I do it with all of them anyways. But you get E, Ra, E. 5, 3. Why 5, 3? Because the 3, okay, you see this over here? The E is the 5th letter. But the 3rd planet starts with an E. So that's the 5th letter. So we put 3 and 5 together. Now the 3, which is the L, which is the 12th letter, when you write the L this way, it looks like a number 1. So I just put a number 1. I can also put a 5. Why? Because inside of L, 1 and 2, it's 1 times 2 is 2, 1 plus 2 is 3, and that'll equal 5. We have electric company in September. What does it mean? I don't know. I can tell you you're breathing. What does it mean? What does it mean you're breathing? What does it mean? Does it mean you're alive? Does it mean your blood is rushing? What does it actually mean? Has anybody ever seen the American penny? Is it meant to be more than a penny? Maybe the penny is really a nickel. Maybe that's what they tricked us with. Has anybody ever seen Paisley's? The comma, the letter I? That letter I or the comma, you can even call it the sperm, hanging over your shoulder. I call them Paisleys. Now, I'm going to show you a picture I always show. This middle here doesn't show up anywhere. Why? Because this is the roulette. This and this. This is the empty space. That's this empty space. I just flipped over the two sides, and I entered this into the center according to this. I want to tell you a little story now about a guy. Apparently, he's in Eastern Canada. They brought him to the psychiatric ward because he was giving out free money. He was giving out free money. There's millionaires and billionaires, right, that give out millions of dollars. What, they're not brought to the psychiatric ward. And then there's a lot of billionaires and millionaires that give out nothing. They're not going to the psychiatric ward or psychiatric ward. So why this man? Well, there's a lot of reasons, but they're all made up. They all mean nothing. They all mean nothing. It's just like how many stoned people last year had accidents, and you'd probably say 0. And how many drunk? You'd say 100,000. And then the big excuse will be, well, alcohol. No, there is no well, what, or whatever. Now, I am way, way, way behind the crawl, okay? See this and see this? This is the American penny on the back, okay? I'm not finished designing it yet. I have to sit down. These are paisleys. They also look like sperms, okay? This is what one can do, okay? In all accounts, everybody has to know that the 1 dice, here's the 1, okay, and here's the 5, okay? The 5 has plugs. The 1 has no plugs, okay, which means it's 360. 360 means all around, but that's it. It doesn't become plugged until she reads this, 180, 180. Because 360 is the creation, okay, within the 9, in which it's this dice here and this dice here put on top of each other like this. You see the corners? See the corners? Whoop, hold on a second. See all the little pieces of the corners? Well, they come apart and we have 9 out of these 2. So the one that gets 360 degrees means if the one gets 360 degrees, and I didn't say 3,600 because then you'd put a comma, it would be 10 degrees for every part of the value of 1. 360. So every value of 1 gets 1. So if we say 21 on 1 dice, that would mean we have to have 210 degrees. If we say 21 again, we have to have 420 degrees, or is that marijuana? 420, 80 in French. But if we have 3 of them, we have 360 degrees. 36 by, excuse me, we have 36 degrees, sorry. We would need, okay, if each dice, but don't forget, okay, wow, this is so mixed up. Are you following me? I'm getting lost. Give me a second to catch up. Let's base it on 10 degrees. Man is 10. Every cube is 10. I forgot that part. This is 1/10 of the totality. When you stretch this out like this, okay, or you stretch it out like this, right, or you stretch it out like this, this becomes the corner here, the corner here, the corner here, the corner here. I use the same design to make 4 different corners, 4 different worlds, 4 different writings, all for the same reason, of course. I wanted to show you this again. This is your 1 at 360 degrees. He has his backbone, and then he has the 2, well, this would be like a bull looking at you. He picks up, the minute these 2 things turn halfway, this one will turn halfway this way, but this one and this one turn at the same time. So he's picked up all here and all over here. When I turn it this way, I picked up all over here and all over here. These are the chambers. This is the 1 penny, okay? This is a question of the flow. This could be the heart, I don't know, but this is the flow, woman and man. See the hatchets? What do they mean? I don't know. I'm not sure. But I can tell you I did find the spiders. They're right here. These are the spiders, the 8. 8 and 2 is 10. You like that, eh? Am I boring you? You know what? It's time. Time me, 54, love, 54, the number I just showed you, is all about 9/11. 9/14 and 4/19. 4 times 19 is 76. 4 times 76 is 304, and it's Halloween. Trying to figure out what else is, there's so many little things. Another thing, this, which makes the corner, this is what I think California is, right here like this. This is a blocker. It holds in the top of California and the bottom near San Diego before you run off into the desert. They filled the sand and they put the sand there and they moved the ocean and they built San Diego. And why do I say that? Highway 5, man. Look what's next. Highway 3 is missing. This is Highway 3, so it's showing it's bringing you from one point of the corner to the other point of the corner. It's a spare in bowling. You get a spare in bowling, you only get one shot at it. So now you tell me all the things about one shot. It was funny, a friend of mine, I just let her know that her whole family, all the initials reflect 2 and 3. C and B. That's it. What's his name? L. The name is L. That's a 3. What's your name? Carr? Okay, that's a 3. What's the other one with a K? Well, that's a 2. So it's just like, you know, Lake Mead could be a dame or can have a dam. It could be a mad dam or a man-made dam in Lake Mead. March 8th, the plane went down. Creation heaven, 3 and 8. 93 is the highway above, man's road. Where else was I going to go with this? Lake Mead, Lake Mead. Somebody gave me a thing to do for a name. The name was Helen. The name comes out to 853555 or Chaldine 553555. I'm not sure what the L would be. Let me take a look at that. What's the L? The L is 3 also. 3 in both of them. That's pretty weird, eh? So I've taken you on a street, but I've taken you absolutely nowhere. Let me show you something a little bit differently, okay? 25,625. Do you see that in here? 25,625. Look it up. See if it's me that wrote this or if it's 25,920. 25,920 is 295. So now you have to work the word 295 together, okay? 1 times 25 goes into 25. 62, 2 times 25 go into 62. 12 is left over. We have 125 left over. 5 times 25 is 125. You get 125. 5 times 5, 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 5 times 5 is 125. 25, 125. Helen, 25, 125. The day is May 5th. That's the day this happened to me. The 5th day, the 5th month of the 5th year of the 5 times 5 times 5 equals 125 and 25. And not only that, that's my mother's French name. And this was a lady that walked in, okay? And just so happened I talked about the Mayan, or how about Maya? Maya, Gaia, Jaya, Jaie, G. Must be all the families of AIA, right? Now we were talking about A in the last paper on the last page. You want to deal with it? I put deal in some of my food. But if you want to deal with it, then deal the cards with it. Because it is the computer system. IT between the creation of H. Hell's heaven, whichever way you want to go. Do you know what this is? This is the 6. This is the 7. This is the 8. 3 and 3 on each side is 6. On the 6 card, you have these 3 and these 3. On the 7 card, you have these 3 and these 3. On the 8 card, you have these 3 and these 3. So you have all these 3 times 18, 666. So we also figured out that 125. Now, if we multiply this by 5, then the number to the universal angel. Universal angel is 21119. That's the universal angel's number. 21119. And if you want, okay, we can actually go 2, 2, 1. If we want to read it. And when we flip over 221, the 122nd day of a leap year is May 1st or April 30th on the other years. What did I say? 122? Well, no, 122 is May 1st. 122 is May 2nd on every other year. 12225. Where do I get these numbers from? Buzz me in my head so I can think of it. the 122 is what I did, is it's universal angel, soldier, intelligent, e-world angel. Hooked up to SAS, S-A-S, spirit angel soul. Cubed, my friends. We hop around like frogs from one area to the next. Why? Because when the electricity and thought pattern goes off one area, if you slide it along, it's the coil and recreating energy. You'd find that in your car, usually in the alternator. So in your mind, you have to think as your mind is the ark, because the ark is a car, and you are the porteur, the deliverer, the standing ovation to who you are. You're everything. Look at yourself in the mirror. If you don't go outside, no one will look at you. If you don't say a word, no one will hear you. So if you make yourself heard, you'll be heard. Is that what you want? What are you looking for when you're looking for someone to get you heard? Are you just a herd in a crowd in this crazy old world? Now, let me just mark something down here. I just found something. I wanted to show you something. Is that here is the letter J. Okay? At the same time, this is the minimum size I can make for a square to square, corner to corner turn using 2 squares, 1 square, and 1 square. Okay? And 2 squares on top. This creates the letter J. When I do it the other way, you see what happens to the J? This part and this part of the J turn over, become an X. So now this X is connected to this part over here and this part over here, and I'm assuming this is Taurus. Why? I'm assuming because I'm making the assumption. I assume. So now you take it, and now you reconnect down at the bottom. You make the continuous line down at the bottom. So now you have crisscrossed over here and crisscrossed over here. But to square everything off, you must continue the line. So I will continue the line, and I don't want to cheat. So I want to show you how I continue the line. And I continue the line right like that. Now you can say anything you want. Okay? You can really say anything you want. I can just put an eye over here, an eye over here, and now you have your man. Now you can continue this, okay, in which it automatically has to do this because of the distance between each other. Now the question is, what did this turn into? Are they animals? I don't know. Will it become a bird? I don't know. What will it look like? Do we put 2 spots over here? Does it become its own butterfly? I don't know. What I do know is that when you continue the expression within one's vision, you shall see a result, and it will be something for someone, somewhere. And that expression will be duplicated over time. It's now 153, the ace of time. The expression and the vision will be duplicated over time. Eventually, it will become something. But in 1,000 years ago, it was nothing more than some smudge on some paper. So I was showing you 125. Now this 125 is all about the Mayan, and it's this year. I have to follow my cycle. My cycle in May, on May 6th, my cycle, okay, duplicates. I become the 9th year ending on May 6th, is the first day of the new year, because it was the eve that I found out what I'm doing was possible. But I didn't know until 10 years later, until actually a couple of years later. I knew it meant something, but I didn't know it meant anything until like now, when I really believe in it. So this is going to be 9 years. 9 times 300 is 2,700 red, 2766. It's been 9 years, 60 days. 9 times 6 is 54. Give me the number of the sun, 5466. It's been 9 years of 5 days, but interruption on the 4th day, that when the 364th day passes, in between, near, or at the end of the year, what will happen to that moon? Don't forget, our year has to move on another 20-something days. See, the Jewish calendar has to call it right, more or less. Because what happens is when we get to the end of the year, if we don't have a moon ending, okay, or is it beginning on the 31st of December, we would have to move back to the 25th, because that's when the sun was born. You can't have the moon until the sun was born. So the sun is born on the 25th, but he's only one day old till the 26th. But he can't be anything until January 3rd, because that's the day of creation. And if it's not a Wednesday, then he's not in between. So we had to find a year that was January 3rd, that was hopefully an even-numbered year, because that would be the beginning of a year that wasn't a leap year for the first year in the calendars if they had a leap year at that time. So now we get 364 for the moon, so that 4, because of the 9th year, has to be multiplied by 9 times 4 is 36. Now we have the creation angel. 9 times 1 for the creation angel, add on 9. So we have 9 times 4 is 36 plus 9. Now the angel becomes a fox, 45. If you want to multiply it by 3, we have 135, and that's ace, ace, ace angle. Ace, A, 135 degrees, 2 sides, 270. You've got the red ace. 45, 45, 45. Now, if you want to multiply the 0.25 of every single year, it becomes 2.25 as 9 times 25, okay, 0.25 equals to 225. You have exactly, let me write this down, you have 9 times 300 equals 3600. You have 9 times 60 equals 5400. You have 9 times 04 equals 3600. 9 by 3, this is 2700, the first one. I made a mistake, okay? And now you have the 0.25. 9 times 25 equals 225. Now, what's funny about that 225 is that 225, or the 0.25 of the 6,000 years, or going on to 6001. Why 6001? Because it's 1009 or 1006. 1006 is Jeff. I can't explain it. It's 765, it equals 18, but it's all over the place. And 106 is an addition that when you add up 88 and 18, why? Because the vibrations of the piano of the creation of man of 18, 3 times 6 is 666, or 2 times 9, and I can explain the 9 somewhere else because the 9 automatically says 2 worlds. So it's 2 times 9 is 18, or 3 worlds, because there's a division between 1, 4, and 7, and 3, 6, and 9, where you come in the center of 2, 5, and 8. The energy matrix spirit of 85. 8558 is 33 of the Christ, bringing both sides together. Christ has to do with the Queen's crown of some sort. Okay? The Queen's crown of some sort. I keep going back to Mary Magdalene, and everybody's been fooling us with Christ. It's not Christ. Christ is Mary Magdalene. Maybe that's what the story's all about. 9 times 25, or 5 times 45 of what I spoke about the cross. And now, because I said 3 creation times 45 is 135, then I said 5 by 45 is 225, 225 and 135 is 360 degrees. It's also electric company in the numbers. And 25 is a dividable, okay, into the Mayan calendar. How many 25s, how many 5s are in here? There's 45 5s in 225. So now we have 364.25. Wait a second. I still have to add that day. I didn't do the day. I didn't do the day because it's a day and a quarter. 1.25 times the piano birth of the end of the year of October 15th, because October is 10 and 15 is 0. You have EXO, and it's in the 10th month, so you have the 10 key and the pound key. So now we have our EXO, we have our X, we have our O, we have the month of October, the 15th of October, the 288th day. I know, because I'm born on the 277th day. On the 277th day of October, when I was born, there was 88 days left in the year. Let's not count 0.25, because 8 by 0.25 is 200 for passing and going. So when you have the 15th day of October, you have 16 and 30 is 46 into November, and 31 is 77 days to go, 77, 88, 66. So we have that one day here, 9 times 1 equals to 9. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 540, excuse me. Let's only mark 1 0. 1, 2, 3. Now we go 36, 9 times 4, okay, equals 36. There's no zeros. Okay, so you see no more zeros, right? 0, 0, 0. There's only 3 zeros. Here there's only 3 zeros. Every 0 equals 6. 6, 6, 6. But man, when he comes into his world, he becomes 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 7, 6, 4 is God. 7, 3, 4 is God. You know why? There's the O over here. So the value of O is 6, okay, over here. But since 6 is in the O family and you see a 0 in it, you automatically give it a bonus 6. So 6 and 6 becomes 12. 1 and 2 becomes 3. You now have 7, 3, 4. In Chaldean, okay, the G, okay, becomes the third letter. So this would be G, okay, and this would be the 8th, which would be 5. Okay, so this would be 3 and 5, electric company. So you have God going as electric company, all the piping in this world. And it's the devil. The D, DMV. Has anybody ever seen 414? Can this be your heart? 414 is so much. 313 is so much. 515 is so much. Have you ever seen what you can do with 5? If you remove the middle of 5, let's remove the cross. And I've done this somewhere. There's so many numbers. You like my tree? See the number 3? The palm tree? This is a tree in a roadway. Here's your cube. The tree stands up, and here's 3 and 6. Here's 2 and 5 into the trunk, and 1, 4, 7. Here's my tree. Anybody ever see what this is? One heart splits apart to support another heart. It's all questionable. It's all questionable. 21 dots on a cube. 8 and 1, 2 and 7, 3 and 6, 4 and 5. 8 equals 49, 1 equals 34. 2 equals 58, 7 equals 65. 3 equals 56, 6 equals 52. 4 equals 60, and 5 equals 42. 7, 4. 7 times 4 is 28. Man is in the dog pound inside his own body. 42, he's the angel. He plays the red body, 2, 4, and 2. He's the beta world. He's the beta world fox. Let's call it the wolf. Fox, wolf, it doesn't matter. Then we have 56 becomes here. We have created 2 wings. The C wing and the G wing. The Uranus. This is something to connect the 3 parts of us with spirit, soul, and then the spirit, soul, what we call humane. Okay? Why we call it humane? The Humane Society is about puppies. Okay? This one is 64 and 42. 42 stands for 5 and 9. We have connected of the 2 worlds inside the 3rd world, the air. The 0, the minute you have a 0, you get a free 6. Becomes the other world, becomes 6, 6, and then the add-on 6. 6 and 6 is 36, becomes 36, becomes 36, 6 by 6. 21, 8, and 28. So all these have to be reconnected. Now, what did I do with them? I didn't do anything. I'm terrible video. What is this? If I turn the 2 this way, okay, it's 237. If I turn the cube this way on the 2, it's 219. Okay, so it's the same thing. If I turn the cube this way, it's 3357. If I turn the cube this way, it's 3159. This angle or this angle. And in French, they show you. They take the letter E and they show you in French. And the letter E, it's this way or it's this way. So I showed you the numbers in the year. I also, when I told you this is a Mayan number, 25,625. USA, that I said at the beginning, Universal Soldier Angel, which I said was 21119, okay, is all about this over here. Why? Because 41 times 5 times 5, 5 times 5 is 25, times 5 is 125, times 5 is 625, 625 times 41, USA, U21, S19, A is 1. Wow, I didn't tell you the numbers right before. It should have been 21192, 21191, 21191, 1191, Spirit, Angel, and Man. But anyways, that's 41 times 625 equals 25,625. Count the money in your pocket. 1 penny, 5 pennies, 10 pennies, 25 pennies, 41. I didn't do this in Chaldean. Chaldean, because Chaldean is getting is being played in my mind over and over and over, pieces and parts, until I finally see the difference between its own self and then its reflection against numerology, gematria, Pythagorean. I must choo-choo train all these elements. USA, okay, is 6, 3, creation of the angels, wow. 3 world creation of 6, wow, it's 136. That's insane. USA is 136. It's the spirit light. It's the P letter. So we have to figure out what it means, the light of man, because it's 19. It's 19 and 16. It connects together to the Twin Towers. How do I know? You got to open up the roulette board and take a look. You can see right there. 16 and 19 are red connects. Anyways, I didn't really say much, but Chaldean also reminds me of cauliflower, and cauliflower is a good thing, I guess. There was a couple of videos that did not upload. I did this thing on numbers, but I never finished it, so I'm going to finish it fast. 2, 6, 1, 3. 2, 6, 1, 3 are these numbers. 2 and 6 and 1 and 3. So right away, you have the Venus world and the 613 laws of Moses. 365 above. You see the 65? Number 3 has a number count of 65. 365, 365 days in a year. The 0.25, okay, that we have, which is the quarter, okay, is 2 and 5, and 2 and 5 is 7. We have 711 inside a year, 3, 7, 11. 2 and 5 equals to that 7. So if you have 365 days a year, 0.25, you have 3, 6, 5, 3, which would be the completion of that because of this one over here. And this is what it brings you up. This 52, okay, with 6, because these are all 9s. You can't get anything but 9. You can't get anything else, only 9s. Everything is under 9. Why? Because you see the 6 over here? That's what you can get on a dice. You can't get the 5 or the 4. Okay, I don't know why. What can I tell you? I went to sleep one night. I woke up in the morning. It says, don't do that. I'm not doing it. I'll do it later. I'll try and figure out why not, because then I'll know the difference of why I'm doing it or not. Anyways, I'm all over the place still. I'm just, here it is. I took out in rotas, opera, okay, I took out the T-E-N-E-T, and I just played the center. And that's the way I do it. Just take out the center. And if you want, how can you bring this into tic-tac-toe? Or can you put these two, O and A, together to become one? Because O-A is not supposed to be alone. So if A is not alone, A to O is 15 and 1 is 16. Now we're going to put P here. P here, P here, P here, and P here. I'm going to put 4 P's. 16th letter, 4 P's, 64. We now have a chess game. Okay, do we make it bigger for the chess game, 8 by 8? Do we make it smaller? Do we play backgammon? Do we open it up wide, flip it over, and everybody gets a train? Because now we're playing Monopoly. Give me a deck of cards. Did I tell you this story? A guy named Mark, don't mark the cards, and Roll of the Dice was taken off of YouTube. Isn't that weird? Because that's all I talk about. Anyways, thank you very much, Raphael 7286. Thank you for watching. Whatever this video was, it's only a story, my friends. It's only a story. When you turn me on, it's just like turning on the TV and just choosing what you feel like watching today. And what you watch is what they show you, what you've decided to stay to whatever time it was, in particular, before you changed or got up the channel. I'm the same way. I'm not selling anything. It's all to give away for whatever it can mean. But I do know one thing, that our future is bright. What might be a dim light right now, our future is bright, and it's only a belief. But this is how it all began. It was only a belief. Thank you for watching.